So here we will be talking about the security optimization for AWS WAF. Okay, so under this, what you need to understand that so very easier when we talk about the web application firewall, and especially that is going to deliver from the AWS, that is kind of not adaptive in nature. And to make this firewall adaptive in nature, we need to use either some security automations which is going to update the rules of the web application firewall, or either we have to use some other security firewall providers like the Fortinet, Palo Alto Networks, Cisco, and like the Checkpoint is also one other. And we'll be actually comparing these all things today. And here we will be first of all going to the security automation failures WAF, and we'll see what does it offers and what could we get out of the security automations, what will be the pricing, and the same would be comparing with the Fortinet, just one of the Fortinet, and as the marketplace product that is available from the Fortinet the AWS marketplace. So we will be starting with the AWS WAF. When you are creating the web SL, you will be able to create the two types of rules, the managed rules and the your rule groups. So rule groups and rules. So under the rules that you create, that those are the not adaptive nature. But here, what the AWS web application firewall, this is a runs as a cloud formation template, and here you will be able to associate. This is what kind of also architecture of that web automation. Uh, Security automations here with AWS WAF is available, or the documentation is available here. But what happens here in this is, so suppose we'll go through the actual solution architecture here. The most important part of the solution architecture is updating these rules of the AWS WAF, AWS managed rules that is available to you. Those would include the IP representations and various common security vulnerabilities is scanning, and these are allowed list, denied list, SQL injection list, XSS, HTTP flood, scan and block protections, IP representations and list, and bad part. So what does it offer? Allow list, denied list. So when any of the requests that is coming to your resources, and that resources is being associated with the web application firewall, so that web application firewall request, either that is coming from the Amazon CloudFront or either that is coming from the application load balancer, those areas have application load balancer also logs the log. Okay, the application load balancer to log the log. CloudFront is also to associate with the logging mechanism available with the CloudFront also. Amazon API gateway. So application load balancer logs is going to the Amazon S3. This is what I will be able to show you. I don't think so that will be available in another account, but that is available to show the logs also. Amazon CloudFront is also here, and when the web application firewall to create the web SEL, so it's kind of taking a lot of time, but let's go through this one. At least WAF is also able to drop the logs. So the Kinesis data firewall, so there is a CloudWatch option is also, or there is direct S3 option is also to put the logs into the direct S3 bucket, but the Kinesis data firewalls we have used here to stream the data and put that dump into the Amazon S3. And now what we are doing here, when you will see these Amazon Athena queries and AWS Lambda functions, and these functions are usually written in the Python that you will be after the running the cloud functions. If you will be having these Lambda functions prefixed with the name of the stack that you specify, and these Lambda functions would actually would take a timeline, suppose like 1 day of timeline or 1 hour of timeline, and that timeline it would gather all of the logs. Those logs would include mostly the rate-based rules, but other rules also that allow list and list. Mostly the read-based rule, they will actually determine that how many requests is coming from this actually this IP address. What kind of request is that? If there are some scams or like some bad bot, some SQL injection, some access or something like that, is being analyzed with these Lambda functions. Mostly happens based on the rate-based rule. And the same of these logs, the application load balancer log that is video automatic Amazon that the same goes to the AWS Lambda. These remain some different Lambda functions, and finally these Lambda functions runs this Amazon Athena queries on the SQL server list on these Amazon S3 logs, that is partition based on the first of all the year, then month, date, then hour, minute, till the minute it has been passed, So Amazon Athena is kind of getting, if you are specifying a certain time, then Amazon Athena will be able to gather, like get the data only from that timeline, and will be able to run the seamless queries as well, queries very fast. That is what it offers with Amazon Athena on partitioning. There is also option to partition the logs, and you have to partition the logs and keep the logs without partition. I mean, like first of all, we are dumping the logs, and then after for running the Athena query, then for Athena queries to be fast and very like fast. If it is running fast, certainly the cost will be more lesser. So in that case, what does it offer? You could partition the logs and partition that logs to a new destination and keep the old logs at the previous S3 bucket. So this is what also this solution architecture offers when you will be trying to create this solution architecture. And this is how it actually updates against some of the adaptive data from the logs that is coming to your cloud front, the load balancer, WAF. And if certainly some of the things that you would also integrate with the VPC4 logs, and that is going to be also a very good marking thing in updating the rules. Now let's talk about the rules that gets updated. So here, allowed list, denied list. So allowed list and denied list. First of all, we have different type of DDoS attacks. So those includes like strip floods, and that happens usually at application layer, and we have at the network or transport layer, UDP floods, SSL abuse, UDP deflection, then SIM floods. So allowed list and denied list. Allowed list and denied list is going to be for every time DDoS attack. So it's to be flood. Allowed list is to be flood, denied list is to be flood, IP denied list. Okay. SVP, SYN flood, denied IP list, SYN flood, allowed IP list. Under these usually comes as IP sets, and under those IP sets you could put as many IP as you want, but still those will just consume only one WCU. That's the capacity unit of the web application firewall. And actually a web application firewall and cost of calculates pricing based on those WCU that you are consuming with your web SQL. The same goes for the SQL injections, IP allowed and IP denied, XSS and scanner and POP, and IP repetition list. Suddenly there is this IP repetition like whitelisted IP list and blacklisted IP list. So these rules are getting updated as an adaptive in nature from this web organism. Similarly, there is one more that they offer that there is a event base that is going to run. This is CloudWatch Alarm, and it has a cron job that's going to run on the AWS Lambda functions, and it's going to update the IP reputations. And this IP reputation is going to be retrieved from the global sources, and this is going to be updated in IP reputation also. So this is how web application firewall organizations, security organizations work. I have used it for like more than 2 months, and that is why I'm talking about some of the Lambda functions that you would require to be changed to be in your manner. That is very easy to do. You will just jump into there and actually modify those Lambda functions. So now let's talk about the cost and pricing. If your network, if your web SEO is kind of receiving around like somewhat terabytes of data per 4 to 5 months. 4 to 5 months. That was the statistics that I've gone through. So under those conditions, what happens that running these queries, and they mostly running the Amazon and AWS Lambda functions becomes quite costly. You would start costing around more than for the statistics that I told you about, like for scanning in those data, like 1.5 terabytes of data for 3 to 5 months in you coming from your web application firewall and running the logs and the Lambda function on them, because the Lambda function is going to be running here on very fast. So so in that case, what will happen is that the Amazon Athena, AWS Lambda, and Amazon Athena, these costs will start rising up. And if one of the AWS managed tools that you're using in the web application firewall, what is that? It has like the 14 more than 1,000 of the WCU capacity. And this consumes a lot of credit with the web application firewall. So this is what the issue here. The cost is going to be rising here with this web application automation. And as you are coming more traffic, you will be consuming more Amazon Athena runtime uh, queries, and when the lambda function is going to run more longer. So in that case, it's kind of starts increasing the cost. Now we will be going through this other approaches of how the other solution web security orders as adaptive security organization provider like the Fortinet and other networks, and another we have Checkpoint, another we have Cisco. How does they work and what does they offer? Uh, First of all, we'll be going through the Fortinet, and we'll be just seeing the Fortinet. If you understand the Fortinet, Fortinet is quite easy as of the security as a web application firewall. But so when you'll be coming with the Fortinet, Fortinet offers when you are okay. Let me just okay. So I will be able to get that link where it was having the so under the Fortinet it offers it as the modules. So what are the modules? You could say that again, but just a second. And here we got it, and documentation Fortinet, and this is the you can explore the live demo here, and here we got the live demo. This is fortiwebcloud.com index login, and here the Fortinet has given the demo, and you can just come and explore the live demo. You don't have to go with the pricing or anything. And there are the different demo they have provided. Those demo includes different I will be seeing those as the different applications. So let's just see this is AWS demo. I think this includes almost all of which of the Fortinet, ML anomaly detection, ML port detection demo, ML API protection. We'll be seeing here the documentation of this one also. So this is what's the documentation is about here. And what happens here, this Fortinet provides these all of the features that you are seeing here, like security roles, time security, access roles, smart variation, DDoS prevention, and fast application, CPI prevention, account takeover, application duty, and global trust list as the modules. And these are different modules that you are available to you in the dashboard. So let's go through here, and you will be able to add some modules. Here clicking on the add module, and whatever the module that you want, you would add in, and after that those modules will show up in the dashboard, and you will come in here and modify it. So under the security rules, we have different type of security rules. That's known attacks. Known attacks would include these signature-based detection that we have syntax-based detection, access syntax-based detection. Then we have other anomaly detections. Under the anomaly detections, we usually get the some here the IP list, right? And the system will get examples only from the IP list. So it's IP list. Then so this is going to be collecting some anomaly based on the rate-based rules, parameter validations. So under the parameter validation, so you will be kind of already understanding these all of the features more better from the FortiWeb cloud. The most important thing that we want to here kind of cookie security. So that is going to be securing from some cookie session hijacking, and by invalidating the cookie of some of the file protection, information leakage, you specify the rules, you specify the URL, and those URLs, this will suppose we have request URL this testbase.php, and it will actually look into that request that has been coming through and going through, and will determine that some of the information related to this from the server and some of the environment variables is being leaked on us. So in that case, it will trigger and go through some of this like allow or deny the rules. Trying to reduce this will be header security, CSR protection. So these are also valuable. And what we have access rules. So request needs, so HTTP rate means, so this is based on the rate meant, the length, Mostly it will be based on alert and deny. So here we have also alert and deny option, but in the web application firewall there is deny option, allow option, there is captcha, and there is, I think, some of the custom rules that you could also specify. URL access, which URL could be accessed, and IP protections. Under the IP protections, you can configure here the FortiWeb cloud to like block client access based on threat intelligence or threat intelligence. Record would contain botnets, spammers, wizards, malicious spiders, crawlers, and a lot of the things. So IP reputation, like here it will be based on the honeypots, some of the anonymizing IP proxies. So these are under the port mitigation. What we have biometric based detections. So this is a cool feature. I will be also talking about which companies are using this biometric based detections and which companies using the Fortinet, and how. So under the biometric based detections, we get the so actually, this is your browser is going to be tracking the mouse movement, the keyboard, screen touch, and so on, and it would determine this is more like the bot-based activity or the user-based activity, and based on that, it will be a lot of identify. So these are the actual enforcement that this here is in front of into this rod-based directions we have. So under this rod-based directions. There are a lot of things, so you could also go through this one's known bots, bot deceptions. Under the bot deceptions, what we have is so here under the bot based directions, it would insert a link with the HTML tag response to this. Those will be the honeypot links or other, and the malicious bots like the crawler would actually make a request to those links, and that's why you get classified as the bot. Based on detections we have, so under the based on detections, this is a beta feature, but here also the client could be identified based on the IP and user agent and cookie. So here now the important thing here, what happens with when you are talking about some of the DDoS prevention is enforcement. So under the DDoS prevention, the DDoS is coming in your servers, and then the enforcement that you can do is either the real browser enforcement. So this would include injecting a JavaScript code into the web browser, and with that it will determine that this is a real web browser or some other automatic tool. And the another one is the captcha enforcement. So under the captcha enforcement, it will just validate you through a captcha. Just validate the captcha, and you want to go, and in the period that you will provide up to whatever time that you will specify. You would like it to go to the 86,400, or it could be 30 seconds. 30 seconds is also available. You can do a application firewall, and more than you could go up to the as much as you want. The problem here with these two processes is when you have an API server and when you have application, just web application, and with the API together also, then in that case, the web application is good. Well, browser enforcement, captcha enforcement that you will do, DDoS prevention, and solutions. But when you have another thing that is like an API server where you really can't do a real browser enforcement, because API request is certainly not going to be moving from the real browsers. And then when you also enforce to the captcha enforcement, it usually just gives the 403 error. That's suddenly that is not getting validated. API couldn't go through the captcha validation. Only the user could go. So in that case, it fails with API servers. And in that case, what we require? We require to separate our API with SCN, the application firewall with SCN, and another one that is we have the user web application. In that case, we have to keep them separate. Some of the advanced applications and capabilities Fortinet is some of the custom rules that we specify, some of the web security, web server security that we specify. Under the API protections, we have open API validation. This is kind of going to be important. So under the open API validation, you specify a file, that's the open API file, and with that file uh, validation file, and like it would determine the data structure of an API request. So the request URL has some parameter names in the URL, and the value of the parameters, uh, the value of the parameters which will be given as a string. You could also specify this type of those parameters, integer or whatever, and these parameters submitted to those URL are validated before even actually passing the request to some or other sources. So this is what's the Open API validation. When you'll go through this is comes from the Swagger, and then you'll be actually seeing the Open API validation. So this is not like that you are getting the API or the Postman, and you are having your complete blueprint of the API. The same provides the Open API that you will be able to look into here from. So this is coming on the Fortinet. So this is okay. Then we have JSON protections, actually parsing the JSON files and actually analyzing them, and determining that does it really have not any uh, expires or something. XML protections goes to the same mobile API protections. Under the mobile API protections uses the JWT token header to and JWT token secret to detect and some of the API gateway account takeover protection we will be talking about, which is more better thing here. Under the account takeover predictions, so AWS WAF has this rule also, but that will not be adapted. Under the account protection rule, what we specify the authentication URL. Suppose like authentication URL is forward slash login, that will be specifying a log of URL, and whatever the encoded value that you are actually accepting as the post request coming to your web application firewall or coming to your application load balancer or web application, that username field and that password field you have to specify the session ID. This could be dynamic. The session ID I think is not required with the web application firewall, and one more thing. And here it would be required. Maybe we'll done this way, and it would actually analyze those all of the login attempts and log off attempts. And I think the web application firewall charges around $1 per 1,000 login attempts analyzed. So that's where it gets a little costly also with account takeover protection, using account takeover protection with application firewall. But here the pricing that is available in the Fortinet, under that pricing we'll be getting all the features, and based on that, web application firewall has a lot of things that you could actually customize. So you could also, based on the analyzing those account takeover protection rule, you could also warn the user that their password is kind of very weak. Their password is leading to some of the their password is already available in some of the global sources, global databases. Those is also available, and the same you could do here with this account takeover prediction in the Fortinet, and it would analyze, and it would also analyze whether some of the brute force attack is happening directly at the firewall level, not going to the application load balancer of your application, which is a great thing to offload your request processing at the EC2 instances or from the application load balancer level. And you could actually deny or alert the logs, alert the directly from here. Application delivery, so this is more like redirecting request and caching and compression, and global trust list. This is mostly going to be the okay. So these so this is going to be syntax where they normally get detection across the entire application. So these are what we have as the WAF modules, and let's see go through the sort of pricing of the Fortinet API security. So API security, that's around the $30 per unit. This is $30 per month, and $1.8 per 1 million requests being processed. I think the web application have pricing is $5 per web ACL, and $1 per rule. And on top of that, how many requests that you are processing with your web SCL, that is around the $0.006 per 1 million requests being processed with web application firewall. So I think what is going to happen here is that you will be paying $30 for Fortinet web firewall, other than $1.8 per 1 million requests, and this is coming as a managed rule in the web application firewall. So web application firewall is also going to consider this as the rule, and they will be charging you also I think the perceive is requesting process following per million and per rule. So that's why like you will be adding here, will be charging here for, you will be getting charged for both of the things. So this is kind of the thing. And another that we have the cloud WAF as a service, 40 web cloud WAF as a service. So this is what they say the FAS, FAAS. So this is kind of good, but and its pricing is a lot cheaper. But here the only the identity block message behavior, I don't think so. This will be a lot of things. Some of the companies that are using it, let's just go over the demo first of all here. So under the logs, you'll be able to see all of the attack logs. Under the, it's kind of slow, I'm not sure why it's slow. Okay, so these are all of the logs. That is, you can see, you can filter them with the country, HTTP message, delete, and some suitable URL user is everything is available here. 40 view, under the 40 view, 40 net OS WASP, top 10 rules. Under those rules, whatever has been classified, those will be listed here. Three by types, three by source IPs, three by countries, three maps. Three maps is kind of what looks quite good. So let's just go over the. This is 1 hour period. So this is all of the requests that will be coming to your servers. So this is the 24-hour period, and you will be seeing the animated here feed that is coming to your servers from the country, from the sources. So this is here. This is the Republic of Korea. That's the South Korea part. That's North Korea. Okay. And this is the. So they have given that's the summary, and so this is what you will be seeing here, animated view, and this is kind of interesting to see also these kind of graphs. Some of the traffic summary you will be getting, and okay. Under the network we have the key points, and so at the different endpoints what we had, so those will be listed there in the Origin servers. So some of the Origin servers will be actually adding here that your PS4 and so your EC2 instances. Some of the security rules that we see earlier there, signature by detection, SQL based, syntax by detection, XSS syntax by detections, anomaly detection. So you just specify the IP. It's going to use machine learning for anomaly detection, and this is going to be like server level agreement. It's going to be the highest also information leakage. So it specified the server information disclosure, personally identification information disclosure, erase, history headers. So information leakage, and you will be adding here the HTTP header, and then we have the cookie security, which includes the cookie poisoning, and then we have file protection, parameter validation. As we talked there, client security, that's the CSR protections and access rules, request limits. So how many requests is going to be made, and to allow the method user value with your HTTP request, and the protection, bot mitigation. Like the bot mitigation, we have biometric based detection. So biometric based detections, point events, mouse movement, click, keyboard, just. So these are just available at the demo, and you could modify them any data. Whether it's bot detection, bot deceptions, and DDoS preventions. Under the DDoS prevention, what we have actually access to, and the request the limit to the 500 only. This is per second. But the WAF provides the request limit. WAF is going to analyze the rate limit based on the per 5-minute period, and here is just saying that the per second. So that's why we specify in the WAF around 2000 requests coming from HTTP requests coming from the user. Some of the malicious IP, TCP connection number limits. If you are limiting these TCP connections, so this is based on the per IP address TCP connection limit of 100. Some of the SQL flood probation rules we have. Real browser enforcement, or you want the capture. As we talked this about this, and we could even disable this. There is no any alerting thing available with this one. They should have given here the one more alert as based on these rules. just pretty much some rules. Some advanced application and custom rule that we talked about. You could create your custom rules. API protection, account takeover protection. So this is kind of interesting. You specify your application login URL, that login.php, logout.php, specify the imported username and password and session ID. So that is going to be as I think that this will not be required. And on the successful login, it will be returning the successful code, and being not authorized, the server is going to take over the 4xx errors. Rewriting request and cascading compressions and different cascading compressions. Some of the compression will be done for different URIs, global trust list, reliability scan. So, and you could pretty much add some more if those are not available here as modules. You would add it from if they are available here. So this is how the Fortinet web cloud Fortinet here managed tools for tools WAF, I guess security is going to provide you certain other information that you could look into. We talk about the demo. We talked about get the rules, pricings, and security operations, the application firewall, and other stuff. This is the documentation page that will be also available here in the description. You could look me there, and yeah, and this is the this solution I can show overview. So from here you could also go through the documentation. So, but this is the documentation. Security documentation for AWS WAF. Some of the monitoring dashboard they will be also providing you in the CloudWatch. From the CloudWatch you could pretty much just analyze these all of the things. And this is pretty much it about some of the adaptive firewalls and non-adaptive firewalls like the web application firewall.